What a play after play after play.
And he's got a lot of room to run, and she is taking over.
Drones, that's just the greatest conference in the country is showing out tonight, gentlemen. I cannot believe it. That is the greatest high school football game.
Thank you so very much for being with us on another Friday night. Down in Leonardtown, Maryland, the Mill Family Field being hosted by St. Mary's Ryken and the whole Knights family. On behalf of First Amendment Sports, I'm Ken Meringolo, joined by the one, the only T. Strachan.
Man, this is awesome. You know, it may be the spring. COVID may still have a hold on some things. There's restrictions in place, but this is DeMatha at St. John's. I played in this game. I played for Coach McGregor. I played against Pat Ward, who's now the head coach at St. John's. Just missing our pal, Kevin Ricca, who played for St. John's under his coach back then. I'm feeling like I'm back in the early 90s right now, Ken. Feeling good about this game, too.
Did you play a lot of football with pads and helmets in the end of March, beginning of April?
No, that didn't happen. Actually, 7-on-7 just started around that time as you know, an actual off-season activity. We didn't even have that before the 90s.
Well, you said it already. It's a strange world we live in, but there's very little that is more normal to us than being able to cover these two schools playing against each other on the football field, no matter what month or time of year it is. Third week of action in the 2021 spring WCAC football season. We've been down here 3 weeks in a row. Again, thank you to all the folks at St. Mary's Ryken making us feel like we're at home. We will get some captains in the middle of the field. We'll pause for a prayer and an anthem when that happens. But in the meantime, T, like you said, this is Coach McGregor getting his first crack at Pat Ward, the coach of St. John's. It occurred to me that as they walk out toward each other at the center of the field, which ought to be a nice moment.
Look at the difference between the two, size-wise.
Oh,
but
man,
in terms of
great.
Years of coaching, so much respect, too.
So we'll get things started here the same way we have each week. All the folks that we have to thank. We talked about the St. Mary's Ryken folks. Let's talk a little bit about the teachers and the coaches who've been busting their butts, doing basically whatever they can to keep kids ready, prepared, and engaged. Want to make sure we always thank the parents. There's been almost nothing harder than finding out where you're supposed to be, what day of the week, what time of the day, pod practices, shift practices, everything changing on a pretty constant basis with jobs and families and all kinds of virtual schools. And it's been as hard as it's been to be a kid and to miss out on what kids have missed out on. It's been pretty darn hard on parents. My hat's off to everybody listening tonight, especially those of you who are watching your sons, your brothers, your nephews, your grandsons. We got some young ladies, trainers on the field tonight as well, and some coaches. Everybody, welcome to Leonardtown. Welcome to WCAC football. It promises to be a good matchup. And let's talk about let's take a second for the prayer.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. The privilege of this game was made possible by those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms we enjoy. Let us proudly honor the playing of our national anthem.
That means it's time to play some ball, T.
Let's get this going. Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights, WCAC style. Had a chance to show you guys St. John's on a pretty regular basis over the last couple weeks. This will be our first look at DeMatha. They've been playing kind of all over the place. Most recently, we've seen them in action up at the St. James.
They played against Gonzaga. Gonzaga had a hell of a comeback after a 17-0 lead at halftime. Came back and beat DeMatha in an awesome game. But then last week had the week off because of McNamara had to step out of the way, and so they got a rare week off. So this is just their second game, Ken, in this spring season. The good thing is, I talked to Coach McGarry the other night. For them, they're healthy. They don't have a whole lot of injuries they're dealing with, unlike St. John's, because they played 2 weeks in a row, and other teams that are in the league that are playing. And he's also got a couple guys back that didn't play in that game, most notably Colin Mobley, the USC commit that didn't play in the first one, but has decided to come back and play. And he's a terror, number 8 on the defensive end.
Keep your eyes out for number 8
for the Stags.
Blue.
So this is going to be a well-matched up squad. I think it's the 2 most experienced squads in the WCAC right now.
Ryan Dunkel for St. John's will get things started. DeMatha will get the ball first. And we're about to be underway. Nice leg. That'll be a touchback. DeMatha, 1st and 10 at the 20.
That kid couldn't kick, and he's going to be kicking for a while.
These 2 schools, one thing you notice right away, they get off the bus pretty strong. Got a lot of size, a lot of athleticism, and a lot of bodies. In the WCAC, they fill up sideline on either side of the field, that's for sure. And we're going to get our first look this season in person at number 12, who we got to see take the field for the first time as a freshman against Gonzaga over on I Street. And, man, I'll tell you what, T, he's a good-looking quarterback.
Yeah, he's got all the tools. He's still young. He still needs some more experience, but he's got all it takes.
Handoff out to the right. A little bit of room there. Short gain. I believe that was Darian Lewis.
It was. It's hard to see his number that far away. We're getting old, man.
Well,
I already exposed myself that I was in high school in the early 90s. So
I think people knew.
And you're exposing yourself with that mustache. It's atrocious.
No, we got no camera. We got no booth cam tonight, which I'm
Thank
thankful
God
for
you.
Cam will keep. He's up the middle, and he's got room to run, and he'll be brought down in the secondary. It's Gary Rosemond bringing down Cam Edge, 1st and 10 for the DeMatha Stags.
You got to watch this kid throw the ball. He has all the tools, got great motion. He can throw the ball anywhere on the field, but that's the part of his game he's got to step up, and it was a good way to get started this early in the game. Sometimes as a quarterback, if you get a run like that, it just slows the game down a little bit. You get hit, you're like, okay, let's go, and it helps you out going forward, get some momentum.
Handoff over the left side. That will be a very short gain, although at the end, he turned it into just a little bit of a longer gain.
You know, it's Lewis again.
Another Darian carry.
Lewis again. He's a strong-looking kid. Ran the ball hard, got pushed back, and then used those legs, kept churning them, maybe picked up another extra yard or 2.
2nd and 7.
2nd down and 7 for the Stags.
And you notice one of the things we've seen, T, the first 2 weeks is a little bit of sloppiness, teams going backwards. Out of the gate almost, and here's DeMatha on every play, getting a little something and staying in positive yardage territory on every play. Came in the shotgun. He's looking out to his right to throw. In the middle, he's got a man. That's a nice catch just below the waist for Robert Jones, the wide receiver out of Hyattsville. It's going to be 3rd and about 5 for Coach McGregor.
Yeah, DeMatha put a bunch of kids out there, just kind of cleared things out, goes with an underneath. Jones, one of the kids that I was talking to Coach McGregor on Thursday night, he points out is making big plays for this team. And he's really one of the kids that's stepping up this season. One of the kids to keep an eye on.
The mirror shield. I always wonder if that's always, you're blinding the cornerback a little bit. He catches a little bit of the lights in the corner, in the shield. 3rd and 5. Cam to throw. He's looking out to his right. He's got it, just a great throw and an amazing catch. Once again, Jones. Cam threaded the needle. Confident throw at that.
Well, that's what he does. He's got. He also The line, great protection by the line. He was able to step into it, had to thread a needle, but Jones coming up with a huge catch. I mean, to put it right there was incredible enough, but for him to make that tip catch coming down to the ground, excellent execution.
We will get a chance to talk about this St. John's defense. They are loaded for bear. They got a lot of guys on that side of the field that aren't going to get pushed around all night long. DeMatha able to get positive yardage again on first down. It'll be second and about 6.
This is what happens, though, when you play the first week. You don't play the second week. You're not really injured. You've had time to really work on your timing and get things a little bit better than everybody else. And it looks like on this opening drive, DeMatha's really got things working in their favor in terms of the momentum they've been able to stir up.
Cadet front line with Arturo Maddox and Tyze Johnson in the middle is not easy to run against. And they're going to do it again. They're going to middle of the field, and that will be a quick stop. And we'll get a number on that for you.
That was Kendall Sims.
Yep, it sure
number
was.
35.
Coming right around the right side, T.
Quick, so quick. Gets him in the backfield before he even gets through the line.
And it's hard for us to give you replays because this offense moves so fast, but we'll sprinkle some in here. These guys are on the move. Kendall Sims getting right around. Now Tyze Johnson's going to slide out, play a little right DE on this one. Keep your eye on number 40.
You can hear the wind, I'm sure.
We'll see what they call that one on, T. The defensive lineman got across, but he might have been pulled across.
It looks like it's going against. Hold on a second. Asking DeMatha.
They are going to call offsides on St. John's. St. John's thought they got pulled off.
Well, it was going to be a pure passing down. St. John's probably was going to bring some heat, got a little too anxious, and jumped off sides. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now it's a guessing game. They're going to keep it, do a little RPO or just a belly option.
Lewis comes off the field. It looks like
that's Darian Lewis up the middle.
It wasn't Lewis that came off the field. I think that was KJ came off the field. Man, he just moves forward.
What a huge hole too. I mean, great push by the DeMatha offensive lineman. And he was almost hardly even touched before he got through to the second level. Move the chains again.
Yeah, that offensive line for Coach McGregor is getting it done on this first drive, and they're eating up clock. We're about 5 minutes into this drive already. 1st and 10 in St. John's territory, just about the 30-yard line. Came in the shotgun. He's looking to pass. He's looking to his left. He's got a guy going deep. And KJ Winston was running open on the sideline. When he looked back, the ball was already past him.
Yeah, Winston, just an unbelievable player. He's a huge playmaker on both sides of the ball. But I know what Bill McGregor's saying to Cam Edge right now. Nobody can complete a pass out of bounds. He threw it a little bit too much, got a little too excited, and that ball lands about 3-4 yards out of bounds. Got to just pull it in. Put a little more air on it. Let your guy catch it. He was wide open.
Yeah.
That's one Cam's going to want to get back.
That's one that Winston's going to want another chance at. 2nd and 10. Clock stopped rarely in this first quarter. Quick hitter. Was that Cam?
Little quick screen for DeMatha on the outside. It looked like they had St. John set up perfectly by just letting all the pressure go through, but the second-level guys for St. John's defense doing a great job and not letting that get out of hand. And
Cameron Thomas getting a catch in this game. We've seen him and Cam Edge hook up nicely in the past. Pass is going to be 3rd and 12. Great stop by the Cadets defense. When they get their hands on you, they're going to get you to the ground. Cam looking out to his right.
Oh,
and that ball was a tip drill there for a second. King had an open man. Jaden Bradley.
Jaden Bradley, the Pitt commit. He is going to be playing at University of Pittsburgh next year. He's one of the guys. I do not think he played in the first game, but he's a guy that's just said, I want to play, coach. Came out here. Now he's going to want that one back. They're going to say at Pitt, if that hits you in the hands, you got to bring it down. You might get hit. But Cameron Edge certainly made it a little bit more difficult than it should have been.
And as great as that drive was, as long as that drive was, as kind of dominant as that possession was, it will end with the Stags and punt formation.
Yeah, the deep pass was the momentum killer.
We got a flag as the punt goes just inside the 10, right around the 5-yard line. It's actually a really nice punt. We'll see who the flag's on.
Penalty marker on the play.
I saw a St. John's coach signaling that it might be on them. No, it'll be illegal motion or false start.
I'll tell you who's not going to be happy with that, Ken, is Marvin Brown, the special teams coordinator for DeMatha, came just a little bit after me. He went to Alabama, also played professionally for the Ravens and for the Kansas City Chiefs back here at his alma mater, giving back to the kids and the community.
We saw him before the game.
That's right. Marvin Brown, man, he's a great guy. So much fun. Great to see him back at the DeMatha sidelines. He was at McNamara 2 years ago.
He sure was. DeMatha get this ball off right around midfield. It was an excellent punt the first time around. Coach Ward's going to make him do it again. This time he's going to try the right side or the left side. It goes in the middle of the field. It will get a DeMatha bounce. Not quite as good as the first one, but still pretty darn good. And, in fact, not even that much worse. DeMatha executing in special teams. I'm just trying to get a number.
So let's be honest. St. John's defense hasn't usually been smacked in the mouth like that in the first series of a ball game. At least we haven't seen it that way. They were able to shore it up and prevent any points for DeMatha, but now they're pinned back a little bit, see if the offense can come out, give the defense a little bit of a break, and see if they can grab any momentum themselves with Wyatt Hagan.
Shout out to Daniel Holbrook, the punter for DeMatha, who just executed amazingly 2 times in a row.
Gunslinger Wyatt Hagan.
First shot to see the Cadet offense tonight buried on their side of the field. And that's a handoff. Jamar Curtis, if I'm not mistaken. And he has been greased lightning all spring. Hard to bring down, hard to catch. If you can get your hands on him, good luck.
Well, if there was one player Bill McGregor pointed out, it was Jamar Curtis. He says, man, that kid is a highlight reel. Can take it to the house anytime he touches it. So you know DeMatha is keeping an eye on where number 5 is.
This time, Curtis out in the right slot. Wyatt Hagan all by himself in shotgun. 4 wide receivers for the Cadets. Curtis in motion, and he will get it, and he's on the move.
Well, that was a safety for DeMatha. Really came up hard.
Jamar Curtis, it was a hard stop at the end.
It was
of
Winston.
The drive.
I think it was Winston came up real good.
First down for the Cadets.
Usually Jamar's used to getting to that level and bouncing it out because he's so quick, but Winston matches him.
A lot of size on the DeMatha defense. The ball's on the ground. Looks like it's recovered by St. John's.
Maybe a center exchange.
You know, Kevin took a little issue with your diagnosis of center
Kevin
fumbles.
takes issue with just about everything I say, so I usually just I ignore it.
I gotta
I was only taught that at the Division I level consistently. So if Kevin thinks I'm wrong, then Kevin can think that. That's fine.
Well, he does think you're wrong,
all
generally
the time.
speaking.
All the time. I'm so used to it.
Just a good old St. John's
faze
DeMatha
me.
rivalry. Well, he was your center.
He was my center, yes.
So he's going to take issue with anything you say that ends with
and every
the
time we
center's
screwed
fault.
up the exchange, it's because it went sideways and it was his fault.
1st and 15, 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Wyatt Hagan in the backfield. He's looking to pass, and he's down in the middle. Now that's an underneath ball, and that's a good-looking throw.
Well, that's how you set up a screen.
Josh Gary.
DeMatha tried to do it, and St. John's defense did a great job sniffing it out on the second level. As I said, this time St. John's uses the pressure against DeMatha, gets that first pressure out of the way, dumps it over the middle to Mark Curtis. Just great playmakers, we're saying. And they get a pretty good conversion for a second, and looks about 7.
Just remember, DeMatha, one thing they can do is rush the passer. Wyatt Hagan's going to have to be smart with the ball and really throw to his running backs, probably a little bit more than we've seen him do the last couple weeks. But the good news for him, they're great targets to throw to. 4 wide. Wide again. He's looking way outside. That's Jamar Curtis has to come back to try to make that catch.
Looks like it just dropped it at the end.
Did hit him in the hands, but he was on the way. He was moving the wrong direction.
That's a tough pass for Whitehagen. It's one of the toughest, if not.
Because he couldn't see the receiver when he threw
further
it.
down the field, but he put it where it was supposed to be. It just kind of tailed on him at the end, and I think Jamar maybe took his eye off to want to turn up a little too soon. Again, that's the timing, Ken. That's the stuff you can't get in a shortened season like this, and you have time during the preseason to really work on all that stuff. Have the reps to do it. These kids are just doing it for the third week, maybe fourth week in a row so far.
Crowded backfield for St. John's. Whitehagen, 3rd and 6. Talking to his offensive line. Curtis out to his right. And that was a good-looking throw and catch. Again, Josh Gary.
Well, the timing was right there for St. John's, no doubt about it.
Hagen and he threw it before Josh Gary turned.
He threw it before he was out of his break, exactly. Well-executed play. He had protection. Now St. John's starting to get a little momentum on their side.
Yeah, we're really starting to see the benefit of these teams having a chance to work
for
the last few weeks.
This is as close to a heavyweight fight we're going to see. Just two really good teams with size, speed, and everything it takes, just slugging it out.
We got a timeout on the field. That's going to be Coach Pat Ward giving his offense a little bit of a breather. This is our first opportunity to talk about that DeMatha defense. Obviously, they got players all up and down. We're seeing some two-way guys. Winston's out there. Jones is out there. One name I just can't go any longer without saying, number 6, Jason Moore. Now, Teague, we had a chance, Kevin and I had a chance to be out at the St. James for the NIBC. I want to thank the St. James folks again for having an amazing
basketball tournament,
high school basketball tournament. DeMatha was out there. DeMatha hung with the absolute best teams in the entire country. They absolutely belonged on that floor. And number 6, that you're watching number 6 today, Jason Moore was on that floor. And you're talking about an Alabama-bound potentially. You know, he's got offers from. He'll go wherever he wants. But that quality of pass rusher, playing basketball, doesn't seem fair, and he's going to make Whitehagen get some happy feet at some point.
I don't believe in the whole star system. I want to get, but just for perspective, he's probably a 4-star now. He'll eventually be a 5-star. He's only a sophomore, true sophomore this year. He'll be a junior going into next year. He's going to be around for a while. His brother's still dancing right now with Villanova, Justin Moore.
Yeah, he is.
In the NCAA tournament. Just a lot of athleticism in that Moore family.
Wide hands off to Jamar Curtis. He's going to try for maybe 1.5 up the middle. Looked like Keith Bagwell, number 3 for DeMatha, putting his nose up in there.
He's a good-looking kid. I believe Greg Penn, who could have played this year if it was the regular season. There was no restrictions. Could have played in the spring, but opted out because he's going to LSU next year. He has been the senior captain on this football team. I believe he wore number 3. This young man fills out that jersey just as good. He's a good-looking football player.
Colin Mobley also getting busy on that last play, 2nd and 8.
He's Penn State. USC bound, we said.
Wyatt Hagan, 2.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Once again, this is Jamar Curtis. He's got room to run around the right side, and he's going to put a little shake and bake, but he's still going to get dropped there by, I believe that was Byard.
No, actually it was Zillan Williams. Wide receiver, defensive back. He did a good job of just cutting them off. I think Jamar Curtis is so used to just running around guys, picking up a couple more yards. I think that Zillan Williams did a great job of preventing a first down there.
2-7 on the outside.
2-7. Yeah, those numbers are a little harder.
3rd and short,
to
under
see.
2 minutes to go in the first. Big spot for the Cadets offense. Haven't cracked midfield yet on this drive, but they are coming up on about 5 minutes of possession time. Whitehagen looking to throw in the middle of the field. He's got Bryce Butler down the seam, and he is going to make a couple guys miss. That's just a big body working the hash on the right side. You know a little something about throwing a big body tight ends.
I had Chuck Woolridge, who's one of the assistants, D-line coordinator.
They're going to get to the line real fast.
Here at St. Mary's Ryken.
A quick handoff to Jamar Curtis. Now, did they expect DeMatha to challenge that play?
I don't know. I think they just wanted to catch him off guard. Get up there, get reset. You just had a huge play against a very good defense. Keep them on their heels. It's good philosophy. I think that's just a call by the OC and what they want, the philosophy they try to go with.
You don't see Wyatt under center too often either. You figure once he gets under center, maybe they're trying to show him that couple times because I want to say he's going to hand it off when he's under center most of the time I've seen him. Christian Rawlings in the backfield with Hagan. Bryce Butler, a little H-back spot on the right side. Bryce Butler wide right outside of DJ Lincoln's. Christian Rawlings gets the carry. And he'll gain about 1 yard. This will bring up 3rd and long, T.
You talk about Bryce Butler. Man, he's a good-looking kid. I watched him all through this COVID times. He put out a lot of stuff on social media, how hard he was working out. He's a captain of this team. Going to Ohio University. Interesting thing, DeMatha, we know the name, Saya Bengora. He opted out of the spring, but he's also going to Ohio University. These guys are going to be teammates next year. Rivalries in high school, teammates when they get to the next level, future guests of the WCAC Spectacular.
All these guys, well, we got 4 seconds to go. They're not going to get this off. That will be the end of the first quarter. I always like the action of urgency. There was a 0% chance they were going to get that off, but you got.
That's why I kept talking.
You got to practice. You got to practice.
See, I've been doing this a lot longer than you. You know.
Well, you've been doing a lot of things a lot longer than me. You're way older than me.
By a year.
Definitely my elder in many respects. I'm excited whenever we see Saturday football in the NCAA level, and we get a chance to cover WCAC athletes that once played against each other in high school. They played with each other in college. And what I was going to say is nobody's happier to share a field and a jersey with a fellow WCAC athlete than guys who know, because they know they're playing against someone good, or playing with someone good.
When we bring guests onto our show, which I please come every Tuesday night live, or you can see it taped delayed afterwards on our channel on YouTube. Come check out the WCAC Spectacular. We've got great guests. I love it when they talk about, well, I played against so-and-so, but then now we were teammates, and now we talk to each other every day. That's some of the most fun stuff to do on that show when we have guys come on, or gals.
Third. It'll be 3rd and long. Cadets have been able to convert so far on this drive. Curtis, wide to the right. Wyatt's looking to his left, and he's got a guy again. Great throw, in route.
That was a strike by Wyatt Hagan. Unbelievable play.
That was
Great
Sean
protection
Williams
again. Great
on the
protection
catch.
by St. John's offensive line. You know, talking to these coaches, Pat Ward, Bill McGregor, even Andy Stefanelli earlier this week, everybody's kind of thin at the line because there's not a whole bunch of 6'4"-ish, 290-pound-ish guys around.
There's another look at that throw. What a great
But he got a step
great
and
pass
throw.
by Wyatt.
Yeah.
He's working the middle of the field, which is a good sign for Coach Ward. When you can find those guys running across the middle of the field, it's going to open up a whole lot, because one thing we haven't seen him do yet, but we know it's coming, is DJ Lincoln's on the outside. He's been known to get wide open, and Wyatt Hagan's loves throwing to him.
I have a feeling Dino Campbell, one of the best defensive coordinators in the area, if not the best, has been coaching his whole time. Graduate of DeMatha. He was an all-Met, went to William & Mary, came back, has been coaching at DeMatha for all that time, except for 2 years where he actually went across the sidelines, was with St. John's. And then he's back. I bet they're going to put more pressure on Wyatt Hagan. Any quarterback worth his salt who can just step and throw is more than likely going to be accurate with their passes.
Wanted to make
DeMatha's
sure
got to get more pressure.
People know. We saw Robert Jones get to his feet, walk it off, getting a little attention on the sideline, but he looks like he's okay. So good news there. That was what the stoppage in time was for.
That was a big play for St. John's.
1st and goal for the Cadets. Jamar Curtis, Wyatt Hagan in the backfield. That's going to be called dead. And Wyatt Hagan, a little bit of a hard throw back to the left. I don't really know what.
He was just dumping it. Heard the whistle, dumped it, so nobody takes a shot at him. It's a smart thing.
Okay. He's kind of winged it there.
It's just a quarterback knack. I don't know if he didn't mean to throw it at anybody, I'm sure.
St. John's going to get a little closer to the end zone, half the distance, in fact. That'll be 1st and 4. Shorter field. Sometimes you play against a team as big as DeMatha. The shorter field doesn't necessarily help you as much. Lots of size, lots of length. But when you watch the St. John's offensive line make their way to the line of scrimmage, you think to yourself, okay.
Oh, my gosh.
I think they
Michael Crounce, that is a big human being, number 77. Going right behind
Curtis
him.
is going to sweep out to his left. He is going to be brought down for a loss.
Well, somebody else
Winston's
going to get the stat in the stat book, but that was all Colin Mobley.
Bouncing it out.
He was able to plug that hole up. Talking about Crounce, that was a great matchup right there on the left side for offensive line for St. John's and the right side of the defensive line for DeMatha. Jamar felt like he had to bounce it out, and then Winston with that matching speed was able to bring Curtis down.
Cadets lose everything they got in that penalty and 2 more. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 10-yard line.
That's 2 big plays by Winston in the run game, supporting it.
DJ Lincoln's on the short side of the field. Looks like Miles Slade, the widest receiver on the right for the Cadets. No, that's Sean Williams. And he's gonna go way out. He's gonna be one-on-one in the corner. And Wyatt's gonna be flushed out to his right. It's putting it in the air. And he has got a guy.
Whoa. He was going for DJ
That is a
Lincoln's.
Touchdown. That he sure was.
But it
all
went
the
to
way
Asa
across.
Gregg. Asa Gregg was the one that just kept going, and it ended up in him. I'd love to ask Wyatt. It did look like he was going to DJ.
White Hagan will tell you that ball was 17 bound from the moment it left his hands.
Probably.
He better.
I think it was designed to go to DJ Lincoln's. He actually rolled that way. They motioned him out. But
total. He was. Ryan Duncan with a great leg. That's good. Cadets on the board first. 2 drives in this game is all we've gotten so far in just over 1 quarter of play with less than 11 minutes to go in the first half. Cadets 7.
Well, it's very impressive.
Stags, nothing.
I think, the one thing that hurts DeMatha not having 2 games under their belt like St. John's is that St. John's has learned to battle through some more, right? They've had some challenges. They've had 3rd and longs. And right there, they were able to sustain that drive twice with 3rd and long plays. Wyatt Hagan getting the protection from his line, being able to step and throw. Wide receivers for St. John making big plays on those and keeping those chains moving. A very good drive by the Cadets.
See, it's just big smiles on our faces. We've seen a couple of, couple of flags on the field for a little bit of sloppiness here and there, but for the most part, both of these teams have executed on offense. Couple, maybe 1 or 2 bigger plays made so far on defense by St. John's because they were able to get off the field, but just good football so far. Dunkel from his 40.
Win against them.
Win against them. That ball will fall in the field of play. It will be fielded.
It's Winston.
Across the 20. He makes a couple guys miss. He'll get just about out to the 25-yard line. Kevin or KJT?
Monte Whedon for St. John's got his helmet knocked off. This is a physical game, Ken, and I'm sure it's coming through on the TV screen. These are some major football players playing high school football tonight.
And just like in every other sport we cover, not only do they play with each other after they leave these schools, but they play with each other before they got to these schools in youth ball. And
not only just in football, too, in basketball, in other sports, and
baseball,
track and field.
lacrosse.
It's all of it, It's great.
Cam Edge in the shotgun. Stags take over at the 25, down 7. Handoff, Lewis out wide left. He's pushed out wide left, and he will be dropped for a loss. Big stick at the end, and that was actually
21, I believe.
That was actually
St.
Brendan
John's.
Wyatt for DeMatha with the carry.
Oh, with the tackle, I believe it was Colin Gill, 21, if my eyes are not mistaking me. He came up with so much speed, so much closing speed. If it wasn't him, it could have been 24. Oh, no, it was Josh Thompson probably.
DeMatha had a lot of
That's
success up the middle in the first drive. They tried this the end there. Didn't work for him. It's going to be 2nd and long. Cam Edge out wide. This time Cameron Thomas makes the first guy miss. He's on the run. And he's going to be just short, I believe, of first down yardage. We'll get the official spot.
Once again, much like St. John's, they run 2 guys out, clear it out, run a little flood route to the sidelines. Hard throw for a young kid to make. Can get picked off very easily if you don't do it on time or with a little bit of, fire behind it. Big gain for DeMatha. I think it's going to be just short.
3rd and 1.
Or
No, the referee's calling it for a first down.
They're saying, yeah, move him.
Move the chains. He got exactly what he needed by an inch. Clock on the move. Stags on the move. Another handoff, this time up the middle where they have had success. Another run by Wyatt.
Love the downhill, just northwest. Just get it and go when you got a hole. Lewis showing that he's
Flag T.
Perfect alley.
DeMatha's been successful right up the middle.
That was the illegal formation on DeMatha. Those are the mental mistakes that drive Coach McGregor crazy. Those are things, though, that are the toughest to just make sure you ingrain in young kids' heads when you don't have the normal amount of time to drill those things in, Ken.
And that is a hefty, hefty penalty because it was 10-plus yard run. So you're talking about a 25-yard difference. 1st and 15. Edge hands off. Another time up the middle. Another result similar. I believe that was.
It was almost the same exact play, same result. Only he wasn't flipped as well on the tackle.
Darian Lewis. And I tell you, it's not something we're used to seeing. Taizé in the middle, trying to rally his teammates. Just a little bit more discipline. Another look at it right here. DeMatha getting to the 2nd and 3rd level with ease. Up the middle of the field.
Oh, I'm sorry.
2nd and 4. Good result for the Stags after that first down penalty. Another handoff up the middle. This time, able to bottle it up. D.O. Big number 8.
I have to apologize. I looked at the wrong sheet. On the last drive, 77 for St. John's, is Jordan Seaton, the freshman. He's humongous. He went up against Colin Mobley, who's going to be playing in college next year. Look at that experience right there. My fault. I called him Crounce. I looked at the wrong sheets. I just realized that. It's right
we're
after still in spring form too, man.
Well, it was right after you started talking about how much longer you've been doing this than me.
I didn't want to make the Setons mad,
Right. Just, Cam Edge moving to his right. It's going to be a throw out down the sidelines. Completion. Rufus
Great
Tucker.
Execution.
First down.
Great execution. Good patience by Cam Edge. Didn't force anything, but knew where the sticks were and how to move them forward. Overcoming a little adversity here in this drive as well for the DeMatha Stags offensively.
Cam Edge, quick snap. Another inside handoff for a minimal gain.
If any.
Looked like Wyatt with the carry. And you could see the frustration by those big guys up front of the defensive line for St. John's. They are not used to teams challenging like this up the middle. I would absolutely expect them to make a couple plays here before long. You can't hold Taizé Johnson down. That is for sure. We'll see if we can't get our eyes on. Haven't had a chance to say 81's name yet, or 44's for that matter. KJ Winston
on the
around
reverse.
The left. It's going to bring up quick. 3rd down, T, about 3rd, and we'll call it 6.
Yep, this is going to be another one where DeMatha's most likely got to put the ball in the air, and St. John's knows it. So they're going to expect that St. John's going to bring a little pressure here.
Darian
Try
Lewis
to make life very difficult for Cam Edge.
Back in the game along with Jaden Bradley.
But when you bring pressure, that leaves opportunities.
Tucker, the bottom of your screen for DeMatha, the wide receiver on the bottom of your screen.
Cam Edge
trips on the left. On the short side. Here comes a Cam Edge in the middle of the field. It looked like they got the route that they wanted. It was pretty well covered. Cameron Thomas tried to sneak in between a couple of defensive backs in scarlet and gray there, T, but unsuccessful.
Well, DeMatha actually played off their last play. They went with the reverse, and then they do the play-action reverse. I think that was called all the way to be a pass. He just goes to the backside, and the Ball looked like a little bit behind the wide receiver, not able to connect.
Holbrook on to punt for DeMatha. He had 2 good tries earlier in the game. This will be number 5's first chance to field a punt for the Cadets. He stands back. Curtis right around his 10, and he'll fair catch it just inside the 20, just inside the 15. He's a dangerous man to punt to. Daniel Holbrook showing why he's considered one of the better legs in this conference. Big stops by St. John's. DeMatha has had a lot of success at certain plays, but one thing they haven't been able to do, is convert that big play to keep the drive moving now twice.
Yeah, and it's been self-inflicted for the most part. No offense to the St. John's defense. They're playing excellent right now and preventing DeMatha from getting and seizing any momentum to put points on the board, but they've had some negative plays that have hurt them.
Wyatt Hagan awaits the snap. Jamar Curtis, he'll try the middle. That's a tough middle to try. 1 yard gain.
Yeah, there's Mobley again. I see a number 7, Tawfik Byard, emerging out of there. Other guys in the middle is at 99.
Had a chance to talk to Mr. Byard before the game.
Santana Williams.
Nice, man. A lot of great parents down here in Leonardtown tonight. They were able to make the trip, representing so many parents that aren't. Hopefully getting a chance to see your kids out there. Wyatt Hagan in shotgun, all alone in the backfield on 2nd and long from his 14-yard line. Curtis in motion to his right. Wyatt looking for it all. He's on the flush. He's going to be brought down. That ball is on the ground. St. John's able to recover as maybe Jason Moore making his first imprint on this game, getting his hands.
Yeah, and he's doing it pretty in tandem with number 8. I mean, those are 2 dudes Wyatt Hagan probably was hoping not to see. See it again right here. One got his hands on him first, and then the other one brings him down.
How careful you got to be here. 3rd and long. You're at the 5-yard line.
Well, I usually get a draw, maybe a screen, but I think DeMatha would be, sniffing that out. But it's a little draw. Give your punter a little bit more room, but you got a playmaker like Jamar Curtis. It could be anything could happen.
See how much pressure DeMatha decides to bring. They got 3 down linemen. Curtis swings out to his right, and it's going to be an inside handoff. Christian Rawlings is going to buy the Cadets special teams a little bit of room.
Number 13, Rawlings, the ball carrier.
It's a good-looking play, T. They were able to open things up with the motion by Curtis.
You just want a good decoy with Curtis, a delayed handoff, just to give yourself a little bit more room. That was going to be too tough to overcome in just one play. And now it's a battle of field position. Looks like DeMatha should have pretty good field position, probably the best that they've had so far in the game.
Looks like DeMatha might have one too many players on the field.
Again, that's a special teams snafu that just drives you crazy as a coach. But what are you going to do?
4th and 5.
You've only had 4 weeks. You're going to have mistakes.
Wind swirling. We got another flag before the snap. St. John's might be giving that 5 back.
Walk it right back. Doing a little do-si-do here. This is line dancing.
We've been a little bit more used to.
We're out at St. Mary's. They do line dancing out here, don't they? I've seen cows and horses. They do line dancing out here.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's what we're seeing right now.
You've been doing this longer than all of us, so I'll trust your knowledge on this.
You're from here. You've seen
4th
lots of cows
and 10
and horses.
From his end zone. That ball is impacted by the Stags. I don't think he got his hands on it, but he had to rush it. Shane Messenger able to get the ball away. Won't be able to flip the field entirely. Stags will get started in St. John's territory right around the 47-yard line.
Yeah, nobody has to tell them that this is a big opportunity for them. Short field. Maybe got St. John's backed up a little bit. Can't have any negative plays. Execute a little bit better than you have so far. and they can tie this thing up. 3:46 left to go in this half. Bit of quick half. A lot of running, effective throwing.
Isaiah Smith, Marcus Simmons, Tyze, Dio up front for St. John's. Getting a look at Cam Edge, the Stags offense. Lewis out to his right. Cam's going to have to throw, and that ball will be knocked loose. His arm was in motion. That is not a fumble.
I have a feeling that was David Ojibwe.
Dio, our man.
Way to come around the edge, young fella, and get your hand on that ball. It looks like Cam's hand was probably going forward, so it's an incomplete pass. Almost a strip sack.
No turnovers yet in this game. 2nd and 10. Handoff inside. And that is a good second down gain. Things are starting to get just a little bit chippy.
Darian Lewis certainly likes to run the ball hard. He is not shy of contact. He looks big. He looks.
I was going to say,
well,
you told me that we're looking at some DeMatha running backs.
Yeah, there's no senior running backs on the
undersized
on the squad.
These guys aren't undersized at all.
He doesn't look undersized. No.
No. I think Coach McGregor was.
Well, but Coach McGregor's undersized.
Yeah, he's undersized. Came out to his right. He's under pressure, and he just throws this ball away at the sideline.
That ball popped up at the end. I don't know if it hit a player or not, but forcing another tough decision right now. It's 4th down, about 4 to go. I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to go for it here early on, get something going.
Nope. Holbrook on. It's a punt. You're not wrong, T. Obviously, whatever Coach McGregor does decide to do is right. You got 3 minutes to go.
Look at the way Lewis has been running the ball.
You got 3 minutes to go in the half.
I'm not questioning my former coach. I'm just saying you had options.
You want to put the Cadets in some long yardage and defend the full field with the first half coming to a close here.
I probably would have gone to the sidelines and told him the same thing, and he still would have punted back in the 90s.
Good hands by Holbrook. Good hang time. No chance to field. And that ball will bounce out of bounds inside the 10. There is a flag on the field. Daniel Holbrook thinks it's against St. John's, but I believe the referees. I thought he was pointing at the DeMatha side, but we'll see. Not too much you can take away from St. John's here yardage-wise. They're backed up as it is inside the 10.
Yeah, they just swapped positions on the field right there. But again, St. John's doing a great job defensively, not letting DeMatha get loose with all the weapons that they have.
Holding against St. John's. They will get backed up. Starting at their 4 with 2:53 to go. St. John's will get the ball first in the second half. But they got 96 yards to go now.
There's plenty of time on the clock. 2 minutes, 53 seconds. You could get into a hurry-up situation here if you want.
They got 2 timeouts. They can work the middle of the field. Wyatt Hagen's had success. I'm looking at number 14, Bryce Butler. Looks like he's, again, a little bit of an H-back there on the left side. I'm watching for him. He'll outside throw. Sean Williams, I believe, is the...
Yep. Good closing speed by DeMatha. Decent gain, maybe 2nd and 4. Good gain about 6.
Hurry up offense.
Gives you more room.
2.5 to go here. Jamar Curtis telling his teammates, let's go.
Yeah, they're hurting it up a little bit here, but not too much.
Wyatt surveys the field. He makes a hand motion out to his right side. And he'll talk to his guys. He'll send Sean to the other side of the field. Wyatt throwing out to his right. Good pickup. Another one. Sean Williams. He does not get out of bounds. Clock stays moving.
Just a 5 route, man, but it's on the furthest end of the field. It's a very tough play. You saw it dive a little bit at the end, but
The clock does stop there, T.
Enough to get the first down. Stops on every first down and let the chains move.
And the clock's moving again. We'll start to get a sense. They need to get some more chunks here before they're going to have a chance to take a shot. Sean Williams down the left slot. Big body, good hands. See if they can get him the ball.
Uh-oh.
That's going to draw a little attention.
Yeah, it's a little 2 steps forward, 1 step back for St. John's.
False start against the Cadets.
Be first and long. That clock's running. I would expect, given this first down, DeMatha only has 2 timeouts. We might not see anything too crazy.
Well, they're not in a huge hurry.
No.
But if they get a big play somehow by one of these big playmakers, could make things interesting.
Wyatt looking to throw outside. He's going to overthrow his man, Jamar Curtis. DeMatha sideline thought that was a backwards throw from our angle.
You got to play it that way. I know I didn't play defense, but I know that the coaches said.
Now, did that ball go through the end zone? Did that ball go out of bounds through the end zone?
If it was lateral pass, I don't know if we can see it on there or if we can see the angle.
We'll get another shot at it, but the referees are gonna give a little huddle. If it was a backwards pass and it goes through the end zone.
This is the replay. He's on about the 5 right now.
It's a safety. The referees have called a safety. That's a backward pass.
The ball landed in the end zone. It was deflected.
Bounces out of bounds. It's now 7-2. DeMatha will get the ball.
I don't understand why it's a safety. It should be a touchback, if anything, right?
The referees have made a ruling. We have a weird score. We officially have a weird score. 7-2 with less than a minute to go.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with the ball just going out of bounds, running out of bounds like that.
You want to call the ref over?
2 points. Well, yeah, maybe I'll talk to him later.
Is Mike Jones here? That man can work a ref. Sir, please, explain that to me.
Maybe I'll run into him at the Birch Mart. Is that what it's called, the Birch Mart? Right down here, down the street?
He's in midseason. He's in ref questioning midseason form. All right. St. John's is going to have to give DeMatha a shot. You got to believe with a minute to go and 2 timeouts, DeMatha's offense would like to put some more points on the board since St. John's gets the ball first in that second half.
Well, Cam Edge is known for being able to throw the ball. Maybe they try to do something depending on where they can get this. Going to get good field position.
This wind is going against
I'm sure they can
Shane
hear it.
Messenger. And he's deep. He's back at his 20.
That is right in his face.
It's a really good punt.
Oh, he's got a good
Great hang
spiral on
time. That ball is not fielded well, and that ball is going to be loose. St. John's thinks they have it. Everyone on the sidelines of St. John's thinks they have it.
Well,
we haven't seen any kind of signal yet, but the ball was swirling with the wind. St. John's does have it.
Unbelievable just change of events. He looked like he got it clean off his foot. It had a spiral, and then in the wind, it died a little bit, and it just came short of the DeMatha player.
We'll get another chance to look at it here, T. That ball stopped in midair, and as he was...
See how it died right there.
And then once that's on the ground, that ball's going 10 different directions.
Look at those bodies flying everywhere.
Big play for the Cadets.
That's one of the craziest places to be on a football field, gentlemen. Right in that scrum right there.
And you got to catch it. You got to field it.
It's survival of the fittest in there. Are you kidding me? Great hustle by both teams. Just an unfortunate bounce for DeMatha and a fortunate one for St. John's.
1st and 10, DeMatha's 46-yard line, they're going to have to get this ball well inside the 20 to be in field goal range. Dunkel's got a great leg, but that wind has been killing balls in this direction.
I got to apologize to Shane Messenger. We were saying that the wind was going to affect him more than it was going to affect DeMatha, but it looked like there, just because of the way it died, it worked out in St. John's' favor. Good execution
Oh, the ball was
teams.
moving away from the receiver.
Yeah.
He was like an outfielder. He played the step back, and then once he played that
it
first
just
step
died
back,
on him.
he couldn't get back up to where that
He
ball
was
was
a
going
step
to land.
away from it.
Yeah, that's a bad feeling. Now, Whitehagen will be thrown into this wind. 1st and 10. Jamar Curtis in the backfield. I would imagine Coach Ward will test a few deep pages of the playbook. Big play, turnover.
They've shown they can
make
go
a
to the
shot.
sidelines, so I think they're going to work the sidelines a
Wyatt's
little
looking
bit
to go deep, and he's got a man deep.
or the middle of the field.
Jamar Curtis
Well, that's who I'd put out there.
on a track meet. But there you go. You get the turnover,
Not
and you go deep.
Wyatt Hagen's not going to be able to say I outthrew Jamar Curtis a whole lot of times. But he
He's
certainly
fast.
did it there. That was an arm. Woo. Well, they took a shot.
45 seconds to go here in the first half. A lot of excitement in the closing seconds. St. John's 2nd and 10. Hagen will hand off. That's an inside run. I believe that's Christian Rawlings. And they'll get a quick timeout. It'll be 3rd down. 3rd and about 5. 3rd and about 4 or 5 yards here for the Cadet offense at the 40-yard line.
Well, we talked about the strength of Dunkel's foot. I mean, right now, the wind has died a little bit, still going in that same direction. It'll kick up, though. It'll kick up considerably, and you just don't know when. Getting a little bit closer, but I know Pat Ward has no problem putting Dunkel out there to give it a shot.
Yeah, those flags out there are
St.
blowing
John's
straight at us.
St. John's has one more timeout, so even they can still go to the middle of the field and have the clock stopped. You get a first down, stops it for a second. You got to get rushed to the line, but see if they can't muster a little something to erase that 2-point giveaway they gave DeMatha with the lateral toss.
Got to be careful here. Number 6 and number 8 on the field. If you're going to go deep again and you want Wyatt to have enough time, you got to always be mindful of those two. Jason Moore, Colin Mobley. .9 on the clock. 3rd down. Curtis out to the left. Hagen to pass. Collision at the line of scrimmage. Curtis is in the swing pass, and he is going to be short of first down territory.
Yeah, he just couldn't. He may have been able to extend himself to try and get the first down.
This is go for it territory.
That's a good 2 yards, though, right there.
4th and 2. 4th and
well, again,
about
you
3.
Move the chains. They stop it so the chains can get set, right? You can have 2 plays right now. This is stuff that you work on in practice or to be ready for what 2-play package there might be. And they still have a timeout. You can still use the sidelines.
This might be a spot where you use Jamar as a decoy and let Christian Rawlings try to get you 2. Ball's on the ground. Hagen out to his right. Wobbly throw, and it's going to be just short of his intended receiver on the far side of the field.
Oof.
That was Josh Gary
Could
on the
have run the ball,
side.
could have run the ball, could have, should have, would have, but at the end, I just think the bad snap, Wyatt trying to take, maybe too big of a bootleg and the pressure coming on him just wasn't able to get enough into it.
By the way,
well-designed play. There was a guy open, but
you can hear the collisions, by the way, number 6 and number 8 coming on the outside from DeMatha. And if I can hear him here, I hope everyone can hear him at home.
we got to get one of those sound dishes out on the field. Picks up the sound. That'd be a great job for Keegan.
That would be a great job for Keegan. 1st and 10, 25 seconds to go. DeMatha wants points. Can throw. He's looking out wide to his left. He's got a man, Cameron Thomas, but he's moving the wrong way. Moving backwards, but he will get out of bounds.
Edges pass complete to Thomas.
It'll be 2nd and short.
Thomas thought maybe he could turn it back inside a little bit and get a little bit more yards.
18 seconds to go.
2nd down and 4 for the Stags.
Now you need more yards here, T. But Holbrook's got a leg and a half, and he'll have the wind helping him if they can get him at all close. Came to pass, and he's under pressure. Tyze Johnson bringing him down. Flag on the field.
Right when you hadn't heard his name for a while, he makes the biggest play of the day. Huge sack for St. John's. Tyze coming in there, unbelievable play for him. But
they might call him offsides.
There might be a flag.
We'll see what they call it, but Tyze looks unhappy with what he may have heard preliminarily was the call. We'll see. No, it looks like it's going to go against DeMatha.
Holding.
It will be holding. Even holding wasn't enough to stop.
I think Tyze was just
40.
upset he's not going to get the sack in the stat book. Man.
No, they declined the penalty, T.
Oh, they declined it. There you go.
Declined the penalty.
Well, it's a Catholic league, so they're being nice.
Forgiveness. It's all about forgiveness.
Sure.
2nd and 11. Make it 3rd. Clock. We're going to get a timeout by St. John's with 7.3 on the clock. That's their last timeout. If they can somehow get a clock stop after this play, they'll have a chance to put their hands on the ball again to score.
Well, the only thing you might be able to do is have a deep out that you can get to the sidelines and out of bounds before 7.3 is up. Technically, it takes 6 seconds for a football play on average. That's going to be tough. I think this is going to be the last play of the half, no matter what.
I think the best you can hope for St. John's is the opportunity to put number 5 deep to receive a punt. And if we know Coach McGregor like we think that we do, there's no chance number 5 should have a chance to return any punts before this half is over.
If I know Coach McGregor any way that I do, he's not having the quarterback punt at all, ever.
No. On 4th down. If the clock is able to stop.
I don't think we're going to see 4th down. This is it. You owe me a Coke if this is it.
Ball stays on the ground. Big hit underneath.
You owe me a Coke.
Darian Lewis. I didn't bet it was going to be the last play. I just said Coach McGregor didn't want to see Jamal Curtis.
It was a heavyweight fight.
We got 2 quarters underneath our belt. Your score after one half of play, St. John's 7, DeMatha 2. Live from Leonardtown, the home, the St. Mary's Ryken Knights at the Mill Family Field. We will be back with second half action in less than 10 minutes. Come on back and hang out with us.
Go give me a Coke.
Thank you for coming back. Second half action of this. Maybe that's like a lopsided baseball score.
I think it's
7-2.
It's reminding me of two guys with a mustache like yours back in the 1700s stepping up to a line and not moving from the line, but bare knuckling, just
bare knuckle brawl,
punching each other back and forth. It's a slugfest right now, man. 7-2. It seems like at some point one of the teams is about to really gain the momentum and gain control of the game, and then there's a negative play that wipes it all out. And then it's been a battle of field position more than points on the board. And again, it's still, I don't want to harp on it too much, but these are high school kids that have been together for only 3 to 4 weeks. You're going to have some sloppy football. You're just not a well-oiled machine like you are in the regular season.
Let's talk about the positives. On the DeMatha sideline, their two running backs, Brendan White, Darian Lewis, good-looking ball carriers.
Yeah.
They have been moving the ball for DeMatha all night long, and even better than that, they've been doing it up the middle against just amazing high school defensive linemen, Tyus A. Johnson, Marcus Simmons, Isaiah Smith, our man, number 8, D.O. You try running the ball up the middle against them. Number 9 and number 8, the other number 8 for DeMatha, look great getting the handoff from Cam Edge, who is a gifted passer and a great quarterback, and he's been just a little bit off on that third down play that they needed.
He started out the game, kind of on target, moving the ball a little bit. They came a little bit adversity, couldn't get the ball in the end zone, and then he's been a little off, as you said, Ken. I think he's getting more pressure from the St. John's front four, or bringing some pressure from the linebackers as well, more so than Wyatt Hagan is in the backfield. I think that DeMatha has got to get a little bit more pressure on Wyatt. He's just too good to be stepping in the throws and making things happen. So
on the St. John's side, we got about 30 seconds here to go before the second half starts. On the St. John's side, I was really impressed with Wyatt Hagan's composure. Thought he made some really good throws. Work in the middle of the field. Sean Williams looked pretty polished on a couple of those catches. He found Bryce Butler for a big time play up that right hash to keep the chains moving for the Cadets in the first half. Number 5 for Jamar Kurtz is always going to stand out when you're watching the St. John's Cadets. But the ability for St. John's to score, and they did it in the passing game with Wyatt Hagan.
I want to identify by name when we can all of the offensive linemen for St. John's right now, because that's allowing Wyatt Hagan to do some of the things he's been able to do. He's comfortable in the pocket right now. There's been a few times he's flushed out or he's had some pursuit, but when he's able to step and throw, that's when St. John's has made big plays in the third long game, and that's what sustained drives and ultimately helped them put 7 points on the board.
Big play in the first half. 2 big plays kind of bunched up together. Wyatt Hagan, backwards throw over the head of Jamar Curtis, goes out of bounds through the end zone.
I have a problem with this rule, Ken.
Results in the safety for DeMatha. T is going to strenuously object this week. We will get back to you on how that goes.
But am I not right that you're supposed to have possession of the ball to get 2 points?
Not
just it going through the
You are not right.
I know Kevin's going to be
You're officially not
all
right.
over me for that, but I don't like giving 2 points away.
It is official. You're not right. But I will say
I understand I'm not right. I don't agree with the rule. I strenuously disagree.
I love
with the
it.
rule.
That's why hey, you went to law school.
Nothing's
T.
given in life.
I'll let you.
You don't just get 2 points.
Well,
or someone else's screw up. You got to have the. I think anybody going from right to left on your is going to have a huge problem with the wind, and anybody going from left to right is going to have a little bit of help.
Curtis back on the field for the Cadets, as is number 12, Wyatt Hagan. We Mentioned big number 77, Jordan Seaton. How about number 54, Kyrie Mason? First down handoff to Mark Curtis. He's going to be dropped for a loss.
Jamar, just every time he tries to bounce it out tonight, DeMatha's too much speed on the outside. He's not able to turn that corner like he usually is.
Colin
or that
Mobley
we've seen him be able to do.
making the stop. He's big, he's strong, and he's fast. And it's hard to imagine. Curtis not being able to make his way. Man, I'll tell you what, number 8 for DeMatha on the right side looks great. Curtis out to his right. Hagan looking to throw to his right. He's got a man in the middle. That's Josh Gary. And that's going to be good for first down yardage.
Nice play. He's got good separation in the middle of the field as former quarterback. That is such a beautiful sight to see a guy across the middle that's got some room. You can fit it into him. He's got a little bit of yards after the catch, move the chains. Again, Wyatt Hagan's got too much time. He's able to step into a throw, and that's when he's going to be most accurate.
We are working on the audio. We understand it's a little choppy. We'll get it back. We got our main man, John, on the situation. Wyatt Hagan. First down, 10 to go. Cadets on the move. 31-yard line. Hand it off. I think that was Christian Rawlings. And it was. And this game, T, is doing nothing but getting more physical.
Yep. Running the ball is getting pretty tough right here for St. John's. DeMatha doing a good job up front. It's just, I think St. John's is doing a better job of the play action and protecting Wyatt Hagan to make the bigger plays in the passing game. Still able to get a few yards out of that. Looks to be about 2nd and 7.
Hagan waits for the snap. He's looking to pass. DeMatha rushing 5. Wyatt's on the run. He's going to throw. It's going to be just a little bit of high. You think he might have had a chance possibly to get a couple of yards on the ground there, but he saw a man.
Yeah, DeMatha finally getting a little pressure in there. Wyatt's got to step up. He did a great job stepping up. First time he's able to step upfield, keep his eyes downfield, and have enough momentum in his step to get the ball down there, but just overthrows it a little bit, almost a dangerous pass in that area if there's a safety lurking behind. But facing with a 3rd down now.
3rd down. When you're, to your point earlier, T,
they've been pretty successful on 3rd and 7 though.
Going the wrong way to try floating the ball, especially in the middle of the field, it's dangerous. Both of these secondaries, you don't want to give them tip drills.
I'd say St. John's is at least 50% on 3rd and 7 on the night.
Wyatt looking to pass. He's on the move again. He's out to it. He's being chased. And that ball is complete. And it will be 4th down. Jamar Curtis was able to come back and get that ball for Wyatt, who was absolutely running for his life. The penalty marker is on the field. We'll see who it's against. They haven't yet moved these chains.
Well, it wasn't on Wyatt. Nobody took a shot on him.
It's going to be on St. John's.
When you're pulling away, maybe a hold.
Interesting call. You can make it 4th down. Coach McGregor looks like he's going to back up the Cadet offense and give him 3rd down again.
Illegal touch.
Oh no, that's a loss of down. It is a legal touch.
Because maybe the wide receiver went out of bounds and came back in and touched the ball first.
I'll tell you what.
That's a devastating penalty right there.
An illegal touch of the ball is better than a 6'5" guy burying your quarterback into the turf.
Well, it's
legally.
And the second half has started off just like the first half. Again,
Shane Messenger will kick off. Will get a kickoff here to the Stags from inside his 20. Almost blocked by the Stags. That ball is going to bounce around midfield and take a Cadet roll just over the timeline. Cameron Thomas was the man back for the Stags, and he was trying to get out of the way. We saw how hard the ball is to field going in that direction. T, you're better off just getting out of the way.
Well, you saw how that ball got hung up in the air. Again, that wind really can gust through here. It's a pretty wide open space, so when that wind comes gusting through, it can have a huge effect on the ball. All right, here it is. Step to the line, gentlemen.
Cam Edge in shotgun. 3 wide receivers to the left. 1 on the bottom of your screen. Cam will throw. He's moving out to his right. He's running for his life. That ball will go out of bounds.
Yeah, he's been doing that a little bit more tonight than on the other side of the ball.
He was under pressure. It looked like he was getting chased there by Monte Whedon
and
among
Dio.
others. And
Dio was around there. Tyze was in the backfield.
Second and 10. Darian Lewis in the backfield for DeMatha, looking to get his first touch of the second half. We'll see if he gets it here. And there it is, right up the middle where he had a lot of success in the first half. Nothing doing. Cadet defense stuffing the Stag run on 2nd and 10. He'll get a gain of 1.
Well, that might have been one of the major first adjustments St. John's had during halftime is how are they getting it up the middle like that? I mean, they were getting 7, 8 yards at a clip when they were. And St. John said, we're not having that, not in the second half.
3rd and long from midfield for DeMatha. Cam looks to throw. He's got a man, and he keeps that ball just a little bit too high. Once again, he had Rufus Tucker in traffic, 2 or 3 cadets around him, T. But both
the
quarterbacks,
ratio was not on DeMatha's side.
and both quarterbacks have been keeping that ball just high when they're coming down. And you can tell me what that's about.
Well, I think it's pressure. Ultimately, when Wyatt's high, it's because he's on the run or he's got pressure in his face. When Cam's high, it's the same thing. They're not just stepping into throws. There's good play up in the front line, but when you got one guy and three or four other guys around it, you got to throw it perfectly.
Holbrook, booming punt. Curtis will field just outside of his 10. He's on the move. He's a dangerous runner. He'll get bottled up about the 17-yard line by DeMatha. First chance for Curtis to get his hands on a punt and show us what he can do. A great punt again by Daniel Holbrook, doing his job for that Stag special teams unit all night long. 1st and 10. Cadet offense back on the field just inside their own 20.
Somebody's going to break loose in this game.
Yeah, and I don't want to.
Somebody. I don't know if it's going to be the series, but it's going to take somebody who's going to have one big play that's kind of going to break this game open a little bit, and I think we're going to see much more scoring before it's all said and done.
I don't want to call plays for Coach Ward because he can do it 10,000 times better than me, but number 14 looks like he's had a couple opportunities. Bryce Butler. I know Coach Griffiths out there. He had a lot to say about that tight end. And that's going to be a false start on the offensive line. But number 14 has ran free a couple of times, and he had a big play in the first half. Good chance to work the middle of the field here for the Cadets offense as they move backwards.
As I see some of the jerseys on St. John's, we got 73 Carlos Moore, 66 Ian Miller. We talked about 77 Jordan Seaton. Sorry for getting your name wrong earlier. See if we can get a couple more of those guys. They've been playing extremely well tonight.
Hagan standing at his own 6-yard line. He'll throw. He's going for it all. That ball is intercepted. Big time turnover. Robert Jones taking the ball away from the St. John's Cadets receiver.
Here's the big play. I thought it was going to be an offense. Maybe the big play had to be made on defense here.
Wyatt.
Huge play by Jones. Just undercuts it. It's just a little short. Again, the ratio not good for St. John's on that one. Too many blue shirts. And here's where
Sean Williams bracketed, had the safety and the cornerback on either side of him there, T. But the cornerback able to reach up, and that's the drill. You watch him
again,
that drill before the game.
Again, they're going right to the left. That ball gets into that wind. It just dies on you a little bit, right? It's been a huge factor tonight.
Taking it over the 30-yard line. Cam will look to throw. Quick strike. Once again, just a little bit high. And there's a reason for that. D.O. got his hands on the quarterback.
It's just too high.
Cam had to get that ball away quickly. And once again,
Major league reference, it's too high.
it's just a bit outside.
That always smarts. I don't like that on first down. I love the call. I love the aggressiveness. But if you don't make it, now you're behind the ball. Now you got a second down. You got to make up a little bit. Don't put yourself in a real third long situation.
You got to hit that. Try to go for that big play after the turnover, T.
You do. No, again, I love the aggressiveness.
And there's the handoff. And number 9, I believe, and that's wide. I'm pretty sure that was Darian Lewis. It sure was. And he was kind of.
Look. Hey, baby.
Try next turn. Yeah. I got both input 1 and 2 on external.
Second vote from the 6-yard line for the Stags.
Okay. Would you like him transfer?
Watch the feet! KJ!
Third and goal from the 1-yard line for DeMatha.
What are you asking me? What play?
Stags will look to go up by a field goal.
Here. So in the first half?
Yeah, they're going to go for 2.
Timeout DeMatha.
You don't want to take a timeout. Not for a 2-point conversion. You're going to need that later.
Last series? I'm looking at it now.
Come back, 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. How about the DeMatha Stags offense going for 2? We are working on our audio issues.
Wynn's messing with our audio.
We got wind problems tonight. It's all good. We got Lady Gaga in the background, sure. This will be copyright infringement no matter what anyways. Sorry, lady. Miss Gaga. Cam Edge in the shotgun. He'll move out to his right. Quick throw out to the right, and that will be defended. That ball is tipped. Colin Gill gets his hands on it.
Great play by Colin Gill. Just sneaks right by. You could almost hear the tip couple of fingers as it went by. It's just that flood route. You see it all the time for 2-point conversions. Still got a weird score.
Battling the wind in the crow's nest. That's why you're hearing a little bit of choppy sound. We apologize for that. Thankfully, we aren't trying to field punts this way. We're only dealing with sound issues. 8-7, 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. DeMatha took the lead thanks to a Robert Jones interception. It's turned into a Darian Lewis touchdown. Cadets will take over at their 20, first and 10.
I'm on the
It wasn't easy. It really wasn't easy. DeMatha finally trying to take the lead here. See if St. John's can't counter. They have a long way to go.
Like hearing the speakers from. Well, that helped earlier. No, I should have brought the headphones up with me.
It'll be a false start on St. John's Cadets. That'll back them up. They really haven't looked as good on offense since early in the first quarter, or early in the first half, I should say, when they were able to move the ball well. Spent a lot of time going in the wrong direction here. Between penalties and battling this wind right alongside us.
Not a way you want to start.
Not a way you want to get things started. First and 15. Hagan in shotgun. He's looking to throw. He's got a man. And that's going to be good for first down yardage. That's Josh Gary. Working the right seam.
Gary just spotting up. I think Wyatt even had to get a little sidearm action in there to kind of, weave it through a lane. He just catches it, turns, and gets some yak, yard after catch. Move those chains.
First and 10. Big gain for the Cadets. Through the air, oddly enough, in this wind. Good job by Hagan. Curtis in the backfield. And he'll get the carry. And Curtis with room to run for really one of the first times all night. He makes able to get past Jason Moore.
Well, he had a jump cut that was able to go north and south finally. He can't get around that corner every time. But there was enough room for a jump cut getting north and south. That's what got him a successful run there.
Second
You're
and
on
short.
external. I mean internal.
Curtis gets a breather. I'll tell you what, you get past number 6, number 8 on that defensive line for DeMatha, you got a chance. Hagan moving out to his right. And there's Bryce Butler.
Oh.
And he makes the catch, and he holds on.
I know one of those that helped on the tackles, Mitchell Garner, and his teammate flipping Bryce in the air. Physical football here tonight, Ken. It's been fun to watch. I know some people think it's boring. 8-7 may be boring, but I find it,
it's compelling.
It's football.
Very compelling.
It's football. Every yard counts. That's why these negative plays, anytime that, they get knocked off schedule.
Bryce Butler stays in the game. He'll line up on the right side of that line. 3 receivers to Wyatt's left. And this will be a handoff. Christian Rawlings, he'll attack the middle of the field. He maybe get 1 or 2 yards. Maybe 1, 2nd and 9.
Each team having to fight hard for every little bit of room, every little bit of gain, and certainly points. Not easy to come by in this game.
We think we got our audio situation here worked out. If you can hear the cicadas in the background.
They're coming.
They're coming.
They're coming.
We're battling everything.
My
Wind,
kids have no
cicadas.
idea what they're about to encounter.
Oh, all the dogs are about to be eating a lot of cicadas too. Wyatt looking to throw. Flag on the ground. Middle of the field. I believe that's Bryce Butler. I can be corrected here if it's not.
I love tight ends that can drag a player, have a player just, slip off, pick up some more yards.
We're going to have an illegal formation.
Too many guys in the backfield for St. John's.
I think they might have had a receiver.
Well, you can maybe hear some chatter in the background there.
Yeah.
Parents feel like he checked with the referee, and the referee said it was okay, but apparently it wasn't. Again, another negative play. You can't, yards are hard to come by here.
Yeah, and it's another shot to Bryce Butler. You don't want to have him take those kinds of shots and have the play not count. All right. Receivers are all checked in with the referee on this play. 2nd and 15, 2nd and 14, call it. Wyatt changes the play. He's looking to throw. Quick throw, and that will get batted down. I want to say that's Jason Moore.
No, it's a 40-something, but his jersey scrunched up.
42. Robert Stevens. I don't know. That looked like a
somebody
number 6
in the middle.
arm. Can we see that again, John? See if we have a chance to.
Looks like a football player on a basketball court because he's so much thicker than anybody else. But, man, does he look like a football player for real when he's on a football field.
3rd and long. Wyatt under pressure, moves out to his right, and he will make his way to the sidelines. He does get the ball off. He's got a receiver on field, and they are unable to connect. So I believe Sean Williams was hit.
That ball was a laser. That ball was a laser. It was right on target, too. Great effort by Wyatt Hagan.
Sean Williams comes up a little gimpy. He did take a hit and wasn't able to hold on to the ball to complete the catch. Good scramble by Hagan. He'll get a little coaching there from Coach Ward on the sideline. They'll talk about what they saw. He escaped pressure, and I gave him a chance. And I'll tell you what, I mean, not a whole lot Sean Williams can do. He was under pressure himself. Shane Messenger gets it away. It'll be a fair catch and a clean catch by Cameron Thomas. And it is an adventure fielding punts on a night like tonight.
Yep, and DeMatha only has a minute 5 seconds with the wind behind them. They'll be against it in the fourth quarter. Try to take advantage of it while you got it. I expect maybe DeMatha to put the ball up in the air a little bit.
Number 12, Cam Edge, Stags quarterback. Two receivers to his right, one to his left. First and 10. Looking to throw. Laser out to the right-hand side.
Oh.
Incomplete pass.
Looked like it was Jaden Bradley.
Just unable.
That's
to
why
get
he
his
was
hands
so
on the ball.
upset. He had it, and it just dropped it.
Good throw by Edge. Second and 10. So far tonight, that's been a running down for the Stag offense. Looks like they got...
It's been their pattern, right? They come out, they've been throwing the ball a little bit more than St. John's on first down. Haven't been very successful. They run it on second down, try to get a manageable third. Haven't really been successful on that either. It's been tough.
All right, so Edge with a hard count. Looks like he got Marcus Simmons to jump.
Get him any way you can.
Are you kidding me? What are you kidding me?
There's a lot of parents, or I should say there's a lot of referees sitting behind us tonight, T.
Yeah, I guess that's one problem with it being sparsed out there. You can hear a lot of the
a lot of referees in the stands.
Fleeting words.
We'll get a call, and it will be a false start by the Stags.
And the crowd agrees.
Now, we're not going to see who that was on, T. I want to get your take, because I've seen the quarterbacks. The quarterbacks are getting slightly more and more demonstrative with their hard count as the night goes on. I've been waiting to see a flag called on either White or Cam. I'm not sure that was called on Cam here.
Cam possibly could be using a little bit more just to throw that pressure off from the front four. Try to get them on their heels, maybe not give them a full start.
Second and 15. And there's the run. It's up the middle. And Darian Lewis has lots of room to run, and he's going to be, I'm telling you, if he doesn't have the first down, he's right on it. Second and 15. When in doubt, hand it off to number 9.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. Bill McGregor was a little worried about his running backs tonight. He had some guys with some injuries, but from the looks of Lewis, he's pretty solid in that department right now. He's been running tough. He's been running hard.
Rohan
big
Davey.
gains.
And they're going to give him first down. They're going to give him first down yardage on that run. He was right at the marker.
First down to DeMatha.
Heck of a run by Lewis. The referees are going to talk it out here. Stop the clock with 33 seconds to go. I don't know if they're all equally convinced that it was a first down or not. It is a first down. It's always worth a little huddle, little conference.
The spring for the referees, too.
There you go. First and 10. Clock on the move. Another handoff to number 9, and he picks his way forward for a big-time gain on first down, bring up second and short T. He has looked good.
Now it's on second and short. Maybe you got to do a little play action. And it's going to be the last play of the third quarter. I'm going to flip this around. But I'd maybe do a little play action here. Use this power run up the middle to your advantage maybe. Try to go over the top.
That said, T, 2 hard runs by Darian Lewis, and he gets a breather, switching quarter to quarter. He's going to be just a little bit fresher on second and short. To be
He's been a workhorse.
real hard not to hand it off. Fourth quarter about to get started with DeMatha on top of St. John's 8-7. They didn't get there the most conventional way, but they got there. St. John's will have the wind in the fourth quarter. DeMatha will be fighting the wind with a 1-point lead. And finally on offense, Coach McGregor getting something going here. And it's a little bit of a script flip in some respects, T, because one thing we've noticed, having covered St. John's so much in the first couple weeks and over the last 2 years, though they wear on you. And they're a team that gives you 4 quarters, and they're looking to impose their will in the fourth. But so does DeMatha.
Well, they wear on you because they have a 2-deep roster. They're usually very well conditioned. But remember, they have a little bit more nicks and bumps than DeMatha. DeMatha had the week off last week, so maybe it's going to be DeMatha tonight that kind of does a little bit more of the wearing down. At least that's the way it's going in this series right here as the fourth quarter gets started.
We'll see who gets the ball in second and short for the Stags. And there's the run to Lewis, and he's got a first down. I think you just saw what you're going to be seeing a lot of here in the fourth quarter. If Coach McGregor has his way, and he usually does.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of number 9.
If it's not broke, don't fix it. Run it again.
Throw it into the wind. No need to throw it into the wind.
Back in the day, it was a power 26 for us. Off tackle.
Edge and Lewis in the backfield. Lewis with the carry. Tyus gets his hands on him first. St. John's is able to get their team tackle. It'll be second and long. Just a little bit of a loss.
Love the fight.
A little chippiness here as the fourth quarter gets underway.
These guys are playing tough, man.
That's right. Gary Rosemond never afraid to be part of a physical play.
These two teams love playing against each other because they love to hate each other. It adds to it all.
But just for 4 years.
Yeah, absolutely. We were talking about that before. I hated Kevin Ricca when I was playing against him. You kidding me?
He always loved you, though, T.
No.
That's what he told me.
Not true.
Winston and Bradley to the left. Winston with the carry. He's sweeping around to the right-hand side. And he will be met at the original line of scrimmage.
Get up off the bottom of that.
KJ Winston gets 1 yard the hard way for the Stags offense. It'll be 3rd and 10 for DeMatha.
Another physical pop at the end of that play.
I mean, that's just guys getting to the ball. You're getting hat on a hat. Offensive line's getting good blocks. Running backs are getting blocks. Tight ends are getting blocks. And you're going to have linebackers and safeties making their way and meeting the ball carrier on a regular basis. You can hear the pop from there. 3rd and long. Kane to throw. He gets it away. Sidelines. Well defended. Colin Gill. Rufus Tucker, the intended receiver. There is a flag in the backfield. And it's going to be against St. John's.
Yeah,
it's roughing the passer team.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I watched the ball. I didn't see any hit. Maybe sometimes when you go up high, you get in the head area.
We got a replay of that here.
That could be the problem. Here it is. Keep an eye on Cam here. Looked like maybe there was a little bit of a hit in the back at the end.
Maybe it wasn't inside that acceptable
It's
1.5 steps.
Listen, sometimes, defensive players, when they're going full go and they're only about a step and a half away, you can't pull up. And sometimes it happens. I think it's an unfortunate part, but you can't have judgment calls. Just because it was probably high, too, is why it was called.
It's still a bad mistake to make when you couldn't get your defense off the field. Another sweep around to the left-hand side. KJ Winston, and he'll be dropped for a loss. D.O. Gary Rosemond in on the stop.
And that's only worked once tonight. I mean, it's really only had one time that it was effective right at the end of the first half.
Well, you got to keep You got to keep St. John's honest, and Winston's a gifted ball carrier, and you got to give Lewis a chance on those inside runs. You got to make them cover the outside. 2nd and long for DeMatha.
2nd down 11, DeMatha.
Lewis in the backfield.
10 personnel.
4 receivers. Winston in the left slot. Lewis gets the carry. He tries for the middle. Maybe a yard. I'll tell you what, number 8's been active on that defensive line for a 3rd week in a row for the folks from Military Road.
He's a heck of a football player, man. He disrupts everybody. He's quick off that edge, physical.
And he looks as fresh as he did in the first quarter. He don't look tired at all. Yeah, the hands are on the hips. But him and Ty Zay on the right side of that line. You might try the other side if you're the DeMatha running attack. And I guess it's always, we haven't really been talking about it. No play clock on the field. Refs are keeping it on the field, so we don't really see it or know it out here.
Close.
Cam looking to throw. He is under a lot of pressure, and he has to get the ball off right away.
That was definitely tipped. It was a well-designed play. It could have gone for big, but it was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Somebody got their finger on it.
Ball's on the 28-yard line. It's going to be 4th and 10. You might be just outside of Holbrook's range, kicking directly into this wind, T.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to ask for with the win that we've been talking about all night. Looks like DeMatha's going to go for it.
Is this a pooch punt situation?
Not a chance. Not since I punted an 11-yard punt back in 1992. He's never going to let it happen again.
Darian Lewis to Cam Edge's right. Winston moving to his right. Cam looking to throw. He's going to get an inside throw. They will get some yardage, some positive yardage. And I don't think he was down, but the whistle was blown.
Watch out. Watch
now
out.
We got a little extracurricular stuff
Look for
after
a flag to go
play.
up. Look for a flag to go up.
And everyone's able to keep their cool.
Prevail.
Good job. Now, we'll watch it here again, T, on the replay. He's not down. Oh, you know what? The side of his knee, the side of his knee was down, and that will be a turnover.
Your forearm goes down, you're down.
Yeah, I thought he tried to spider walk it. We call that stag walk in Hyattsville.
Okay.
Turnover on downs. This is a big spot for Coach Ward's offense. 24-yard line, down 1. Big opportunity for Wyatt Hagan to grow as a quarterback for the Cadets. Lead this team down the field. Jamar Curtis, a tough.
Not a lot of success between tackles tonight for DeMar Curtis.
No, they're looking if he can squirt through though. He's just trying to find just a little piece of daylight, and it's not there.
Well, you'd like to say it's also a small win for DeMatha so far, but if you've ever seen Jamar Curtis play before, 6 minutes, 52 seconds on the clock, he has plenty of time to make a big play.
Yep. 2nd and 8. We're under 7 minutes to go in this game. Cadets down 1. Hagan and Curtis in the backfield for the Cadets. It was going to be a direct snap to Jamar Curtis. And DeMatha falls on that ball as it bounces off of Jamar Curtis's hands. We'll have to maybe look at that one more time, John, but it looked like, the ball went to Jamar Curtis, whether it was a direct snap to him or not. On the turf, big turnover. Stags get right back on offense, just about where they left off. Almost exactly where they left off. 23-yard line going their way. Untimely turnover for the Cadets offense. Stags will go back to work. Lewis, number 9, back on the field.
Stags capitalizing on their only other short field opportunity in the first half.
Lewis gets the carry. He's over the left side, and he is on the ground. Good tackle. I believe that was Kendall Sims who got his hands on Lewis. It would be a 1-yard gain. Both these teams tackle well. The only time ball carriers are having success is when you get these amazing athletes like Lewis, like Curtis, who are just able to keep guys from getting their hands on them at all. Under 6 minutes to go in the game.
Not a lot of finesse in this game.
DeMatha showing a little jumbo package. And that'll be a inside handoff. He'll work his way back between the right guard and tackle there. It'll bring up about 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8.
DeMatha consistently has been in that pattern, except for that one drive where they were able to move the ball pretty well. Moving it up the middle, but seen a lot of 3rd and 7s, a lot of 3rd and 8s. Just haven't been able to come over that hump, and their percentage on 3rd down has not been as good as St. John's on the night.
Both coaches just hoping to see a penalty-free play. Don't give each other any easy yards on either side of the ball. Cam looking to throw. He's looking to his left. He's got a man. There's the flag. It looked like maybe some incidental contact, but it was there. The receiver, Jaden Bradley, did look like he was brought down by contact from the defender, and that's going to get called by the referees.
Well, if it looks awkward, they're going to probably throw it.
That's right. Here we'll see it again.
There he is, good pocket.
Yeah,
he was affected by the contact before the ball arrived.
Xavier
They're
Terry.
going to call that every time.
Tough spot for the defender. Probably an easy call for the ref. Was standing right there. It's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Stags.
I think we're sitting a little closer to the cadet section than the Stag section.
I don't know. I can't tell. I'm just not going to turn around.
Some people are enjoying our replay that they can see.
Handoff, Lewis, and he'll be stopped for a gain of about 5 yards.
He was carried for a couple yards back. Again, this is the football that Bill McGregor grew up with, the kind of football he loves to play. You know, let your big guys up front control the line of scrimmage. Play it safe. Don't put the ball in the air. Too many bad things can happen.
That'll be a referee's timeout as DeMatha tends to a player on the field. We'll get you that information as soon as we can.
There it is again. Good initial push, and then great job by
team tackle.
St. John's not letting it go any further. But DeMatha right now, for the most part, getting that push on the line, really getting their running game going.
This might be number 9 making his way.
Haven't had many injuries tonight in such a physical game. At least not a stoppage of time.
Thankfully.
Absolutely. It's amazing.
And I can tell you what, I'm almost positive what Darian's saying. He's saying, hey, I can get back in there. This is the time of the game, late in the 4th quarter, when you protect a player. Now he's moving a little slow. He's going to try to walk it off. 2nd and about 4 yards. The DeMatha Stags can get a 1st down inside the 1.
Let's go, Holman. Let's go.
DeMatha's content to work a little clock as the referee is counting down the play clock. We can just barely hear him Handoff. They'll try the inside again. It will bring up third down. And that'll be a timeout by St. John's. They'll stop the clock.
So at this point, was that Darian Lewis again?
No, Darian Lewis is on the sidelines.
There he is. That's
Brendan White, and he's going to come off. He's looks like he might have gotten a little knock to his left leg. He's walking off under his own power. So St. John's calls a timeout. DeMatha has had both their running backs come off the field in subsequent plays. Just as we were saying, Coach McGregor was a little worried about depth at the running back position.
Yep.
Two guys who've had great success working the middle of the field, pretty much in the spot on the field when you want to be able to hand it off and run inside. And he's going to have to bring somebody else out there to do it.
Too, when you get in there and you're running it up the middle and then there's a gang tackle like that, guys falling on you, falling on your ankles, on your knees. As we were saying, it's just been amazing. We haven't seen more guys limping off or being tended to. Once again, inching closer to that 1 yard line.
Brendan Wyatt looking just a little bit healthier on the sidelines right now than Darian Lewis. Both of them are running around, walking things off, probably trying to talk coaches into letting them back into this game.
Who's that right in there right now?
And now we got a new running back in for DeMatha. It looks like
Amos Benning, maybe 25. That's the only 20 I have. Running back.
and he will get the handoff, and he will get stood up. Now, I'll tell you what, St. John's was in the backfield early. That'll bring up fourth down. St. John's will take another timeout to stop the clock.
And really, a field goal doesn't help you because it's just a one-possession game for St. John's to take the lead.
Timeout, St. John's.
Ball's on the 5-yard line. Fourth down. Both running backs on the sideline that started the game here for DeMatha, and Brendan Wyatt and Darian Lewis.
And then coming off the bench, cold now, Amos Benning.
So either you give the ball to Cam Edge to try to throw this in. It's a short field, so maybe you're not that worried about the wind, but you're throwing into it. And if you're going to go to a wide side of the field, that wind will affect the throw. He's been just a little bit
This is where height
off
at tight end can be a huge play because you go with the play action sort of jump ball if you got somebody with height, but I haven't seen many of the tight ends out there for DeMatha tonight.
I tell you what, they do list number 8, Colin Mobley, as a tight end. He's not in the game right now that I can tell. That's a jumbo formation.
It wouldn't be a bad idea to put the basketball player Jason Moore out there either.
DeMatha showing run. They're going to try to draw St. John's off sides. Maybe be willing to take a delay of game. DeMatha will call a timeout. We can't hear it from here. Our sense is that the referee on the field is counting down the play clock to the quarterback. Darian Lewis wants back in this game badly as he approaches the team huddle with his helmet on.
Little strategy going on here between Bill McGregor, coaching for 40-some plus years, against Pat Ward, who once played against Bill McGregor while he was a student athlete at St. John's, now trying to match wits.
I will disagree that a field goal doesn't help you. I think a field goal does, of course, help you.
Well, it doesn't hurt you because you get a little bit more cushion, but it's just a one-possession game. You punch it in here.
But the St. John's would have to score a touchdown to win. They get the wind at their back with a kicker and a great leg in Ryan Dunkel.
Yep.
If they can't get these 3 points, you put the game in Dunkel's hands or in his foot, on his foot. Holbrook chip shot for the Stags. Looking to stake DeMatha to a 4-point lead with 3:41 left in this game.
You just jinxed them. Chip shot into the wind.
Chip shot into the wind. Cinderella story.
you almost went to Dr. Pepper Court.
Ball through the uprights. Number 29 is having himself a game. Every time they've asked him to perform tonight, Daniel Holbrook has answered. You do your job well, you're going to get your name called out a lot on our broadcast.
You're
Make
right.
sure your family
right.
knows. And he's done his job excellently all night long. To the drawing boards for Coach Ward. 3:37 to work with.
And
Down by 4.
You're right. The 3 does force an absolute touchdown. Has to be had here. Makes it more difficult. On a night where things come pretty hard.
Yeah.
Nothing's coming easy.
Nothing's coming easy. No one's giving you anything. We'll see who they're going to rely on. They're going to have to figure out a way to get Jamar Curtis the ball in space. I don't see inside runs to number 5 with 3.5 minutes to go in this game. This would be a great spot for number 5 to get his hands on the ball, by the way.
Curtis and Rawlings deep for the Cadets.
We'll see what kind of leg Holbrook has. A touchback would be everything Coach McGregor could ask for and more.
Oh, that's tough.
It's going to be a big order kick in this direction for number 29, with number 5 for the Cadets waiting for that ball. No matter where it goes, he will field it. It's going to be a squibber. And there's Curtis. He will field it cleanly, and he's going to make his way upfield. He's going to get just short of the 30. And I wouldn't say Jamari Clark was one of the stags in there that was able to.
I heard the excitement in your voice, ready to call it.
Well, 5 gets 2 or 3 more steps, and we'd be calling it.
I do expect St. John's maybe to put the ball in the air a little bit more. They've had a little bit more success on the night in the passing game.
Wind.
It is behind them. It should not be
up.
too much of a factor, but could be another reason why the ball's been high a lot.
There's the run for number 5, and he's going to get bottled up.
But they try to switch it up a little bit more, Ken, go with more of a draw look.
Yeah, give him running
I think
start
they're trying
the outside.
they're doing anything they can to get the ball in Jamar Curtis's hands in space. And DeMatha is just making it too difficult on them to do that. Maybe somebody else is going to have to step up with a big play to take the pressure off Jamar Curtis.
Or
to make
maybe
the
a
big play
swing
himself.
pass to number 5 would
They've
be in
tried
order
it all
here.
night.
Hagan looking to throw. He's working to Josh Gary.
And he did catch it.
Stays in bounds.
Nice crossing route.
Call it 3rd and 6.
Looked like Jason Moore, almost just a step and a half away from Wyatt Hagan coming off this left edge.
Gary working up to the top of your screen with Sean Williams to Wyatt's left on the short side. He's looking out that way, and he's unable to connect with Sean Williams.
And I think maybe St. John's got away from a hold there. It looked like Jason Moore tried to take the upfield, but then he cut it inside and putting a little too much pressure in there on Wyatt. Had to dump it a little earlier than he probably wanted to, or at least not as accurate as he wanted to.
We got a timeout for DeMatha as we head towards 4th and 6.
Remember, DeMatha took a timeout before the for the 2-point conversion. That's their last timeout. 2:24 left on the clock. If St. John's is to score, that's going to put DeMatha in a tough position with no timeouts and very little time on the clock.
We'll play you calling here if you're Coach Ward, T.
4th down, 6 to go. This is hard. I think you got to go across the middle. That's where you've been successful tonight. Maybe something skinny on the seam.
I'm looking for 1-4.
Or a crossing route that can
Bryce Butler
is right at the sticks. It's always good to go with the tight end.
See if he's on the field.
Sure hands, big body. Is he on the field? I don't see him.
He's
Looks
not.
like they're in 10 personnel again.
Sean Williams, short side. Christian
Maybe
Rawlings,
20
Jamar
personnel.
Curtis in the backfield with Wyatt Hagan. Is Josh Gary. in the slot on the right. Hagen to throw. There's the throw, and that'll be intercepted. And we'll get a chance to see who that was.
Number 3, the guy we've been talking about all night, Keith Bagwell.
He just dropped into coverage right into that middle of the field where we knew St. John's wanted to work.
DeMatha also got some good pressure on Wyatt. He didn't get a clean step and throw into that ball. Here it is again. Look at the pressure coming up the middle by DeMatha. He's going to split a lineman. Again, it's coming on the outside. It was a little stunt. Just confusing St. John's and doing a great job of dropping into some zone defense. St. John's 1 timeout left. Can't stop the clock once. Yeah, one first down, and this game could be over.
St. John stops the run. No gain. 2nd and 10. Amos Benning.
Keep an eye on that clock. Get 1:20.
Yeah, we'll see when they wind. The referee.
This is when it's tough. You don't have a play
we can't
clock
see it
that's
from here.
visible.
But one thing we know, Coach McGregor is going to get every second that the ref gives him. You can see his mouth moving. You can see the ref's mouth moving, so you know he's counting down. Cam can hear him. 10 seconds to go on the play clock. It's going to get down to about 1:14. Inside handoff to Benning. He'll be met at the line of scrimmage again for no gain. It'll be 3rd and down, 3rd and long.
That was Isaiah Smith on the stop, coming off the edge. He's another good-looking kid that we haven't talked too much about, but
Clock winding. We're finally on to like their hand signals. I'll give you a chance to see when he's got 10 seconds left. My guess is about 30 seconds left on this play clock. Yeah, I'm sorry, about 20 seconds left on the play clock. Third and long. 10 seconds to go on the play clock. 35 in the game. KJ Winston, end around.
I think that might do it.
No, it will be shorter first down yardage.
They stopping the clock.
Timeout St. John's.
St. John's uses their last timeout. It is 4th down.
Smart move by Pat. They're not going to get the ball with a lot of time, but
There might have been maybe 2 or 3 or 4 more seconds per play, but that they could have gotten, but not really, not much. DeMatha able to milk the clock for everything they could get.
I did think DeMatha was going to need at least 1 first down to put it away. I was a little confused why Pat didn't use that timeout after the first down, but that's why he's the head coach and I'm over here. I think he's going to get 1 more shot, but it's going to be.
Well, we'll see what the play call is here. I mean, I don't think you're going to punt it. I think then they're not going to punt it.
If you get the first down, game over. If you don't, there's going to be
4th and
still
3.
some desperation left in this game.
Use some clock. To me, this is a good opportunity. We get the ball to Winston, let him run wide, burn a few extra seconds. Here he comes, and he'll get the ball. And
He's not going to get it.
He won't get the first down. But they're not stopping the clock.
They're calling for it.
Now there's the clock finally stops.
I agree. These are that 6-7 seconds that ran off that probably shouldn't have run off.
DeMatha thinks they have enough yardage for the first down. Referees are going to talk about it for a second.
In a measure. I didn't even think it was that close.
I don't think we've seen the chain gang on the field all day long. Chain gang on the field. Working hard for the money tonight. I mean, they're on the field. They're getting as close as you possibly can. I mean, this is like NASA is involved in this
Great
measurement.
shot right here.
I
It
mean,
is short.
It will
is
be St.
short.
John's
Look at
ball.
that. That
I
is
mean-
the story of the night right there by an inch.
16.8 seconds to go.
It has been
St. Mary's Ryken had to open up the lab tonight
Just-
to get that one measured.
uppercut after uppercut, physical football coming down to one desperation possible play, maybe two.
But they got 12 seconds off on that play. I mean, to me, that's
I
a
think
success.
there's too much.
I mean, yeah,
when he went down, there was about 23 seconds in my opinion.
I was going to say 21 and a half seconds.
Somewhere in that range. They got cheated. Maybe another play. Cheated's probably a hard word.
Yeah, it's
but
a hard word. It's tough. I think the clock ran him for an extra second or two. It probably went the other way at some point tonight. Hagen in shotgun. Looking out to his right. He's flushed to his right. That flag will fly. It'll be complete to Sean Williams, but that will come back. That'll be a hold.
And if they didn't hold, then
Why would have
either 6 or 8 would have gotten them.
Yeah.
Higgins pass complete, number 18, Lincolns.
And I'm sorry, I said Sean Williams, and it was DJ Lincoln's intended receiver. There he is, working the sidelines for his.
16, Sean Williams.
No, I was right initially. Hey, that doesn't happen very often, T.
Congratulations.
It only took 4 quarters. Want to say thank you again to John Lombardo, AD here at St. Mary's Ryken, who's operating a neutral site game for 2 of his fellow WCAC institutions, giving us an opportunity to watch St. John's and DeMatha
First and 28.
take a crack at each other this year, this school year.
You can see the rugby play here, Ken.
We'll see. There's a nice wide shot. Jamar Curtis in motion. Wyatt, the ball's on the ground, and that ball will be scooped up by DeMatha. And he'll get into the end zone for a touchdown on the final play of the game. DeMatha scores an extra 6 to go up 17-7 as Wyatt Hagen had the ball knocked away from him.
And even as a DeMatha guy who graduated from there, that's not going to be indicative of how this game really was played. This was a much closer game. It's going to put padding on it, but what a tough, physical, just knock you in the mouth football game on a Friday night.
For a spring game, T.
Unbelievable.
You know, we do expect to see this kind of physicality in the fall, but I think everyone learns no matter what time you put pads on St. John's and DeMatha, you're going to get a bunch of guys taking their best shot. On this night, it was the DeMatha Stags who come out on top, and we finally got a football-looking score, 17-7. And there was nothing about DeMatha's 17 points that was normal. They got a 2, they got a 6, they got a couple of 6s.
Look, let's give a lot of credit to the defensive players on both sides of the ball tonight for both teams. You know, stellar defensive play, some sloppy offensive play from time to time, put your team in some tough situations, killed momentum, killed drives. Nobody could really get anything going. The running game was working a little bit more for DeMatha, especially in the second half. And, you know, it's just a physical battle between these two teams. And I'll tell you what, fun game. Maybe not high scoring, but a fun game to watch. Watch these kids just put it on the line every single play.
Hats off to all the folks on Military Road, all the folks out in Hyattsville. Good showing for the WCAC. Once again, your final score, DeMatha 17, St. John 7. Check out First Amendment Sports for updates on the next time we will be live at one of these awesome spring events, whether it be football, lacrosse, baseball. We don't know when the next one is yet. We're week to week as we operate in this crazy COVID world. Thanks again to St. Mary's Ryken. On behalf of First Amendment Sports, I'm Ken Meringolo with Tim Strachan, and this is the spectacular WCAC.